Hello, my name is Tom Felton. I played Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter films, and here I am back at my old stomping ground, here celebrating back to Hogwarts. We're here at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour, London, and I'm actually training to be a bit of a tour guide. This is my first time, however, so I will ask you to give me some patience. I will have a right-hand man here to help guide us through this entire wonderful building. Reese, please come on in. He's our resident expert.
Hi, Tom.
Good to meet you, Reese.
How are you going?
How can you help us today?
I'm going to help you out a bit, and for everyone just joining at home, Tom is a rookie. Go easy on him.
His first time.
Yeah, I'm going to help you out though. You're going to have these Hogwarts letters that I'm going to hand you throughout the tour. So they're going to give you and your group some surprises along the way, and they're also going to help you out by giving you a clue to tell you where to go next.
Fantastic. If I make a step wrong, you'll be there to guide us in the right direction.
Exactly.
We're in good hands, people. We're in good hands. So where does one start such a wizarding journey like today?
Where else? Where else do you start a Hogwarts journey than in the Great Hall itself?
He's good. He's good. Shall we?
Let's.
All right. Welcome to the Great Hall. Hello, my name is Tom Felton. I will be your tour guide today. We have Reese at the right hand here to answer any questions that I will blunder. Yes, start with all your names. So what's all your names?
Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Lara.
All right.
Matthew.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
I'm Freddie.
Nice to meet you, Freddie.
Ashley.
Sam. Craig.
Fantastic.
Thomas. DJ.
Oh, Kat.
Please, don't be shy here. We're all friends.
Angela. Rachel. Shannon.
Will.
Masha. Julia.
Fantastic.
Now,
Lovely to meet you all. And are there any Slytherins in the house? You're the only ones that will actually be allowed on the tour from here on. The rest of you can go home. Thanks very much for coming. I'm joking. Yes, obviously you know where you are. You're in the Great Hall, which actually was one of the first scenes I remember shooting. Not to bore you, but to give you a little fact, we were all kept behind these doors as kids, very strategically, not to be allowed to see what the Great Hall actually looks like until the cameras were rolling, because naturally we didn't have to act very much when it came to seeing this building, looking how amazing it is. Shall we see some more? Yes! All right, lead the way, here we go. Reese, please, give us some wonderful facts as we walk on.
well, first of all, you made a mistake. You've called yourself a guide. I haven't passed you off on your training.
This is true.
Just yet.
This is true.
So we'll give everyone some facts. I mean, we have our four houses in different corners of the room. Tom, I think you'll feel a bit more comfortable this way.
Absolutely.
Isn't that your costume?
It is, yes, I recall it, yes.
Do you remember what film it's from?
Order of the Phoenix.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, because of what's that on your chest?
Thank you.
It's an Inquisitorial Squad badge.
Naturally, the Slytherins were the worst of the bunch when it came to filming. We were often reprimanded for scratching names in the tables, and I've been assured that they're still there, so I shall take their word for it. But yes, as we go down here, head the way. I've noticed they've replaced the flambeaux for less. Less dangerous ones.
Was it real fire?
It was for the first three films, I think, and then someone managed to throw their hat into one of them. So that was
Someone meaning you or someone else?
someone else, I'm sure. Right. Is it your first time being here, guys? Have you seen the Great Hall before?
Yes.
It's pretty great, though, isn't it? Yeah. Did you get teary the first time you came in here?
Yes.
I still get the goosebumps as well. Yeah.
It doesn't really leave you, does it? Like, is it still very special to walk back here after all these years?
It's undescribable to think that the first time we walked through here that this would still be here and we would be celebrating it to the day. It's really, actually, it's very special to come back here every time, let alone to be able to share it with people that it's meant so much over the years. Which is why I think I'd be a bloody good tour guide.
I mean, you're doing great, but this isn't quite a real tour today. It's a TikTok-sized tour.
Yes.
Normally people take about 3.5 hours to do this tour, but we don't have that long. So I think it's time for your first Hogwarts letter.
Yes.
So,
are you guys ready for your first Hogwarts letter?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we waited all our lives for a Hogwarts letter. You're going to get quite a few today. They're going to give you a clue about where to go next and a little challenge to do in here. So
fantastic.
Do the honours, Tom.
I shall do my best. Thank you, Reese. welcome to Warner Brothers Studio Tour London. Tom, you're doing a great job at being a guide so far. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. But it's time to get to know your guests better. Right here is where you were sorted. As Draco Malfoy enters Slytherin. What houses do your guests belong to? Ask them now.
I think we can see a lot.
Is there a way of aligning the groups together, or what do you think? Shall I just go straight to the clue?
I think we can split people out a bit. Who's a, okay, let's just go for cheers. Who's a Gryffindor?
Woo! Hufflepuffs? Woo! Okay, Ravenclaw? Woo! Slytherin? Woo! All right! Yeah, that sounded like the loudest to me.
I thought Gryffindors were, but okay.
Okay, here's the clue for your next location. You better behave at your next destination, for you will learn how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even stop a death.
You guys know where that is? It is potions. Obviously, you're new. I'll lead the way. I know where potions.
To the potions!
Everyone wants to follow along.
Guys. You had that on the tip of your tongue, didn't you?
I did. I was waiting to say it. As soon as you said brew glory, I could do that entire Alan Rickman speech.
Better than I could, for sure. Welcome, guys. Marvel at our wonders. Please, yes, no, keep going. I feel a bit like Willy Wonka at his chocolate factory.
Potions class waits for no one.
Just here, okay, right.
I hope you're remembering this when you have to do this by yourself.
Yes. Round the corner, here to the left. Okay.
Round the corner, to the right.
To the right, sorry,
Not the
yes.
left.
Well said, well said.
This is Potions.
Potions classroom, right?
Gather round, students. Welcome to Potions.
Welcome to the Potions classroom, where all the magic happens. Bit of an obvious pun, but yes. Yeah, obviously I spent many an hour here, not usually doing much work, but usually making fun of the rest of them. But yeah, how long is it actually was used in the films, Reese? Help me
It
out.
stood since the very first film, but it wasn't potions in the first film. Do you know what it was used for?
That's a question for our
Does anyone know?
budding guests.
This was. You can kind of tell by the domed ceiling.
50 points for.
It's Ravenclaw. Stop hitting everyone's Slytherin. It went through quite a makeover to turn it into what it is today, into what I'm guessing was your favourite class, Potions class? Draco's at least.
It was fun. It was fun. It's definitely one of the ones where I love the studio tour for so many reasons, but to the attention to detail that everyone went behind the scenes to do is phenomenal. Even the books, the jars, everything was written as if there might be a close-up on it at any point, which often it didn't, but credit to all the people that
But it would have helped
made
you, right?
Well, it did. It massively did, yeah. It certainly made you feel like you were somewhere very different, but a credit to all the people that made it look so beautiful.
Well, not to accelerate your training really fast,
Yes.
but I've already turned you from an actor to a guide. Now I'm going to turn you from a student to a teacher.
Okay.
This one's, your next Hogwarts letter's got a bit of a classroom theme for you. So, there we go.
All right. How am I doing, by the way, so far? Very good. Yeah. Did you get that on camera?
I'll be the judge.
Jolly good. Okay. Professor Felton. Thank you very much. Class is in session, and you are the teacher. Marvellous. Run this Harry Potter pop quiz with your tour group. Sort the teams now. Gryffindors and Slytherins on one side.
Let's have you over here.
So over here, yeah.
I'm a Gryffindor. Gryffindors and Slytherins over here.
Right, and where shall I post myself? Here. And then we have Ravenclaws and Hufflepuffs. Here's good.
Over there.
I'll stand in the middle there.
Amazing.
I know this is an unusual alliance.
I'm going to join the Gryffindors.
Okay, right, here we go. If you know the answer, raise your hand straight in the air, and I, Professor Felton, will be the judge of who gets to answer the question. There are 9 questions ready. Will you help me out with who gets to be the judge of the answers?
I'll try and not be biased to the Gryffindors, but yeah, I'll pick people. So just raise your hand.
Okay. Question 1. Which of the 8 films is the longest? Hands up, who knows the answer?
That was you.
Goblet of Fire.
I'm afraid it's incorrect. What happens when it's incorrect?
That was you.
Chamber of Secrets.
Very good. It's the longest. The shortest is actually Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Right, one to Ravenclaw.
1 to Ravenclaw. Question 2. How many directors were there on the Harry Potter film series? 4?
Yes.
Correct! Which
on,
actor?
Gryffindors.
Question 3, sorry. Which actor made some of the jewelry for her costume?
Oh, it was there again.
Bravo! Good lord. Come on, guys. Very good. Very good. Question 4. That's all to play for. Which number is on the back of both Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy's Quidditch kit costumes?
7.
Bravo! Yes. Points for Slytherin. The fibers. Question 5. The fibers of which fruit were used to make Aragog's hair?
Oh, it was there again.
Coconut.
Good lord, I didn't know that at all. Bravo. Question 6. Are you keeping a tally?
I am.
Okay.
I mean, it's Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Okay. Question 6. The Diagon Alley film set was redressed to become which other set?
There.
Hogsmeade.
Bravo. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. Points for Slytherin. Question 7. When was the first Harry Potter film released?
2001.
Bravo. Absolutely. Where are we at now?
I think that equalised it.
Oh, all to play for. 2 more questions. Question 8. What colour has the birthday cake Hagrid was the birthday cake Hagrid gave to Harry in the first film? Points for Slytherin or Gryffindor, either one.
We're playing together today.
Okay. Question 9. Who composed the famous piece of music called Hedwig's Theme?
Freddie.
It is. It's a tie. What a delightful way to end this.
I mean, typically Ravenclaw kind of knew everything, but we all held our own.
Well done to all of you. Fantastic. Are you ready for the clue for your next location?
Yes.
Marvelous. For your next destination, the password is pure blood. Don't forget it. You never know who you might find there. Any ideas?
Yeah, come on, it's Slytherins now. I'm a Gryffindor, but I know where it is, so follow me.
I should know, really, shouldn't I, at this point?
I guess it's all moved around since you were here. There's little you.
Yes. That costume doesn't fit anymore, unfortunately. A few years ago now. Ah. Speaking of old friends, new friends. Luke, my man. How are you, my friend?
Very well.
Have you met our tour?
Nice to see you.
This,
Hello.
this is Luke, my son. Who's currently on in the West End at the Cursed Child. Actually, this is the first time that we've met in the Slytherin common room, I think.
Yes.
How's it feel? Should we sit?
It feels comfortable. It feels nice. Bit cold.
Yes, it's definitely my favourite, I think, of all of the locations as far as it just feels very Slytherin-y. I know there's other sets around, but this one really suits me. How does it feel to be playing a Malfoy? Have you been enjoying it? How long has it been going on
I've
for?
loved it. The play opened in 2016.
Right.
I've been in the show since 2019. And I play Scorpius Malfoy, Draco's son, and I'm a 14-year-old in the story. I'm not 14. Well, no. Yeah, it's been amazing. We get to do magic on stage. My best friend is also in Slytherin, Albus Potter. So we follow their adventure, and yeah, I've had the best time.
How is your relationship with Potter?
Well, we've got a very good relationship, me and Albus. Maybe Draco doesn't approve of his son being best friends with the son of his arch rival.
No, I don't imagine he does.
I was going to say, did you have that on when you were filming? That did you have a rivalry with Dan at all, or were you good mates?
Not really. We were very good mates. I think we had rivalries with things like Daniel's got a fantastic mind where he manages to retain all sorts of useless information, Simpsons quotes and cricket stats and anything. I think we were quite competitive about that. But otherwise, yeah, I think we got on rather well. Maybe much like you and his son do today.
Could have all gone differently on the Hogwarts Express.
Did you grow up with the Potter films
I did,
and
absolutely.
books?
Yeah. So I bought the final book from my brother, who worked at a bookshop. I dressed up as Harry Potter, and I made my friend dress up as Voldemort. And
You went as Potter?
I went as Harry Potter.
Unbelievable. I'll let you
But
off.
I've loved being a fan and then being in the show. I feel like it's given me such a different experience of it than people who come to work on these without knowing it. I feel like, it just feels a bit like coming home to something. I don't know, were you a fan before you started filming?
Quite famously not at all. No, I did not. I wasn't familiar with the books at all. I wasn't familiar with the world. I stumbled into it. In fact, I lied in my audition about that. I did know what the Potter books were, and I think that's what
Malfoy behaviour.
got me the part of Malfoy in the first place. Yeah, but it is interesting, isn't it? How you must see it as well at the theatre. How many different countries and nationalities and age groups, and it brings all of us together in this magical. I said it again, magical way. It's like it's staggering now to see that how much positivity kind of flows out of the wizarding world.
And community as well, because I think that the thing that Draco and Scorpius definitely share is quite isolated people.
Yeah.
And I think they really want community, and they do just want friends.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
think, would you ever revisit that part down the line?
I would love to. Remind me of the chap who plays Draco on stage with you now.
James Howard.
James Howard. I'd love to have a few words with him and see if I can pick up a few tips. No, it's I miss it every day. Coming back here, it's a very surreal experience because all of these sets I grew up on, really. Even that costume just over there, I managed to fit into that at one point.
So I wanted to ask you as well
Go
about with these costumes dotted around, lots of them have this platinum blonde wig on.
Yes.
And I wear a blonde wig in the show.
Right, yes.
So I was wondering, did you wear a wig for all of the movies? Because it looks incredible.
So you got away with a wig, did you? I think he should dye his hair blonde for the next. I think it's a group vote. I think. No, it was for one of the films. My hair wasn't quite long enough, so I wore it for that actual wig. There is for stunt doubles. I think David Holmes wore that as my stunt double in the first two films. I wore one for the fifth film, I believe it was. How is your wig?
I have a very close relationship with my wig. And
Only people that have worn wigs can have this sort of conversation. On this note, Reese, I'm sorry.
I feel like I hate to break up the Malfoy
Not at
family,
all.
and I'm not
Not
dressed
at
for the
all.
part. This is supposed to be green, and you guys obviously got the memo, and I didn't. But it's time for your
Isn't this
next.
wonderful as well? This was
different shades.
I know, we belong together.
I'm not even wearing Gryffindor
one,
colours.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is your new Hogwarts letter.
Okay, are you ready for your next Hogwarts letter? Yeah. Okay. Draco and Scorpius. It's time to play. It's time to play Most Likely To. In The Cursed Child, Draco has a son, Scorpius, who is very different from the Draco we see in the Harry Potter films. You must play this game thinking about your different characters. Tom and Luke stand side by side.
Perfect.
Convenient. Now pass this letter to a group member. They will read out a phrase, and Tom and Luke must point to the character they think is most appropriate to that phrase.
I think you need a Slytherin.
Slytherins in the house. The wand was up. There it goes.
Thank you.
Okay. So Draco or Scorpius? Is that the okay?
Right. Most likely to break a magical law. Number 2, most likely to apologise for being in the wrong.
Definitely.
Number 3, most likely to dye their hair black.
Severus Snape fan. Big fan of it.
Number 4, most likely to ask for help when he needs it. Aww. Number 5, most likely to make sure their father hears about this. Thank you for playing Draco and Scorpius. Now please hand the letter back to Tom.
Perfect.
Happy days. Okay, yes. Go on, read us out, Luke. My eyes are bad. This is the clue. Ready for the next clue?
It's
All right.
time to move on to your next destination. It's full of magical, mysterious, and dangerous creatures. It's out of bounds to any student unaccompanied by Hogwarts staff.
Any guesses?
Forbidden Forest.
To the Forbidden Forest!
I mean, Draco was scared of it, but everyone be brave. Follow me.
I'll play some gobstones with Hector. Here you go.
Please do. Onwards. Reese, are you still at the front there?
I'm here. I know
All
you're
right,
scared
mate.
of the forest, but let's go.
Are we enjoying our tour so far, guys?
Yeah.
Do I have a future in the game, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, wonderful.
Get hired today.
Let's not speak too soon. But right, lead the way, Reese. Where are we headed?
To your scariest place. Straight completed it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you normally go there for detention, but it's a bit of a treat today.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to be brave?
I'm not sure. How brave are our guests?
Very brave.
Okay. Well, we'll hold you to that.
That wasn't even a Gryffindor that shouted that out. How's it going? Are you finding your training okay?
Yes. Yeah. I've got a good group. Even these Gryffindors seem relatively pleasant. How's your day been?
That's been great.
Yeah. Where have you come from?
Croydon.
All right. Nice. Not too far from that. You've been surviving the heat.
Trying to.
Yeah. Especially fully robed.
I know.
So
Had to lose the cardigan though. It's too hot for that.
I've got a question though. What was the thinking behind Gryffindor as a choice of house?
Well, I think we should probably be in a Hufflepuff.
Oh, it just goes from bad to worse.
Come on in.
Welcome to the Forbidden Forest.
I think I see one of your old friends
Ah, yes.
lurking about.
Now I warn you, not every creature here is friendly.
Especially that one. To you, anyway. You mean to
You
you?
get in the middle of the way.
I thought you guys had made up.
Introduce our guest to an old friend of mine.
Well, how would you introduce yourself? You've learnt your lesson by now.
Yes.
What are you supposed to do?
It's a bloody chicken. I think.
I was just about to say, as long as you don't call him a bloody chicken, I thought you
Don't
guys
call him a bloody chicken, whatever you do.
thought you were okay by now.
This is Buckbeak. We got off to a rough start, but we've made up. We've made up since then.
I think he's still waiting for a bow.
Is that what you need? That's where I went wrong the first time.
I mean,
was
has we
it?
told you that however many years ago? Here we go. And bow. Perfect. Just no bloody chicken. And he's right, in case he gets testy again, I think it's time for your next.
Yes, fantastic. Yes,
Hogwarts
are you ready
letter.
for the next clue?
There we go.
Yes, here we go. Draco didn't like the Forbidden Forest much. He was never one for magical creatures, friendly or fearsome. But let's find out what your tour group thinks. Ask the group what they think is the most terrifying magical creature in the wizarding world.
Aragog.
Aragog. Is that confirmed answer? Aragog, okay.
I think.
Is this where I hint on to the...
I mean, yeah. I think everyone's a bit scared, but I think we better go
Time to move on.
deeper into the forest.
Best to approach your next destination at a bit of a run, if you're nervous.
Right, if
Lead the
you're,
way, Reese.
I mean, everyone's a bit scared, but we
Yes.
are going to go deeper and darker into the forest. There may be creepy crawlies, aforementioned Aragog.
Damn, it is pretty
be
terrifying,
fine.
isn't it?
You never made it this far in the forest in the film.
No, thank God I didn't, actually.
I think there's a special guest.
Stay back, guys.
Who's got a better slipper?
Not that big.
A few of our friends in the Forbidden Forest. They're very friendly, I promise.
Are you actually an arachnophobe, as bad as Rupert Grint?
Not as bad as Rupert, but I'm still not that keen on them, to be honest with you. Friendly as they might be. Let's move on, Reese. Let's move on.
I mean, if anyone was truly scared, you can look at the back of some of these trees and realise they're just sets, they're just props. That's a good way to reassure your group in the future, Tom.
well said. Okay, yes.
have any true
Don't be
arachnophobes.
afraid, guys. It's all make-believe. We make it all
Look
in-house.
up there. That's a good way to remind everyone it's all
Actually,
just
very
movie
cool.
magic.
Yeah. Actually, that first scene we did with the Mercury, the unicorn blood, that was done literally around the corner from where we're standing right now. And they built an entire forest exactly as you see it here, with the back as it is, with the fog. It was terrifying. Voldemort's not a good person to work with at the best of times, but yeah, it's a tribute again to all the people that made these things happen.
Again, it must have helped you guys as child actors to be in an actual
Oh
scary
yeah, I wasn't
set.
acting scared. I was just terrified.
I mean, it is terrifying. I think we better move on.
Yes,
Do you have
onwards.
a clue where we're supposed
Oh
to go
yes,
next?
sorry, did I already say it? Let's remind
Maybe.
ourselves.
Maybe people got a little bit of a hint.
Best to approach your next destination at a bit of a run, if you're nervous.
What do you normally do to do that?
Bit of a run.
Where are we going? Of course, time to run through. I think we should go for a run.
I knew you guys were a good
run.
group. Here we go, let's do it.
Through the
Lead the
wall.
way, Reese. Keep on our heels, guys. Yes, keep it moving. Yes, I like it. Welcome.
Welcome to the platform.
Welcome to the platform. Here we see Hogwarts Express, old stadium.
this
we
one
have any-
must bring back memories.
Yeah, it does. I think the first time I ever actually met Daniel, Rupert, and everyone on the set was the first getting off the platform at 9 3/4, which wasn't quite as glamorous as it is now remade. But the train is the same, that's for sure.
A real train, always worth reminding our fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a real train. It was a real train, and then it was decommissioned and bought and painted. It's typically green, these type of trains. I guess it would have suited a Slytherin, but scarlet is how
We'll
it
deal
goes
with
in the
red.
books.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
They say it was the first scene that you guys filmed, but it was one of the last you filmed as well, when
Yes.
you came here 19 years later.
Yes.
We see you with your son, a different
Yeah,
son
that's
who
kind
we
of
saw.
strange, isn't it? Yeah, because the very last scene was us being aged up somewhat. It's kind of weird meeting your son back in the Slytherin common room. The story gets stranger by the day.
Another super emotional one, though. Both scenes are really emotional, so it gets...
Yeah, absolutely. Lucky enough to see actually Daniel and some of the other gang the other day, and we forget how young we were. I was 11 when I first got off the train, and I'm well in my 30s now. So it's amazing to think that it was such a monumentous day, and what a great way to end and start the adventure as
Really poetic, because it doesn't normally work like that in filmmaking, right? Like you do it completely out of sequence, but it just happened that this iconic location was the bookmark.
Yeah,
of
and
this
also
story.
it wasn't really I mean, not to say it wasn't iconic then, but how much it's become. These trolleys with the. I mean, I can't tell you the times that I've actually tried to go for with little success.
Did you run like we just did?
No, I wasn't wearing the robes. It was,
It's all part of the training. After today, you'll be fine.
but it's really cool to know how much it means to a lot of people. So, yeah. Right,
Amazing. Right, it's
onwards
time
and
for your
upwards.
next
Yes. What do we
Hogwarts
have?
letter. We're going to have another challenge to do, which I think
Okay.
I've given away by what I'm
Are
standing
we
in front
ready
of.
for another challenge? All right, perfect. Nothing says back to Hogwarts like the Hogwarts Express. Tom, take the Bertie Bott's ever flavoured beans from Reese.
There we go.
It's a typo.
Every
Really?
flavour beans, you'll know what they
Now
are.
ask the question to your group. Anything from the trolley, dears?
But seriously,
Will you do the
you
Bertie
fancy-
Bott's
they're
challenge?
a bit open.
This has not been kind to me in years previously. I don't
I
know what
always
the
get
best
good
way
ones.
to distribute.
Hands out.
Okay, yes. Well, I'll let you, but if you're in the same house, by all means pass them back. Good luck with the colours and the flavours, because it's a bit of a gamble. Do my best here. It is dangerous, yeah.
I think it'll be a good part of your guide training if you play it.
Well, I think it's only fair if my teacher teaches me.
I'm going to go red for Gryffindor.
Green. Are we ready? Yes. Found your colours. Good luck. Ah.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
Lime. That's a good one. Banana? What do you get?
Mine's spicy.
Cinnamon.
Not good.
It's crap.
No.
Oh my God.
How do you get banana? What is? I don't have the blue one.
Have a red one.
What's the blue one?
That's nice. That's milkshake.
Any answers? Any answers? What do we have? What do we got?
Something nice. Something nice.
Cherry.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you have? Soap.
It wasn't bad.
Is it the light blue one? Is it the one I have?
Light green.
Not that one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh God, yeah, I've got the same one. Terrible.
So good.
Grass.
No.
Okay.
Who's actually had good ones?
I had a lemon.
Hey, we've got a lemon.
Yeah.
1 out of 5.
I definitely had a spicy chili.
Spicy chili.
Yeah, it was spicy. It's still spicy.
Okay, I got all over grass pretty lightly. Reese, what are we heading to next, my friend?
You should have another clue. Where's your letter?
Apologies, did I put it down?
Oh,
Sorry
this
guys,
one.
my
Here we
first
go.
time around. This one?
Yep.
Guys, okay, ready for the cool.
Was it not a good one?
If you've got something to hide, your next destination is the safest place for it, except for Hogwarts. But, this is, wait, so that's the question. Where do we have something to hide? Safest destination other than Hogwarts? These guys are good.
You guys know Hagrid's words.
But there are some secrets of the Wizarding World that we can't unveil. So put your Muggle TikTok audience member under the veil of invisibility using Reese's invisibility cloak. Sorry guys, all right, hang on. While we go through the magic, see you on the other side.
See you soon.
We need to run.
Reese, lead the way. Yes.
Yes, we
I've
found it.
still got a spicy chili.
Oh, mate, that
back
was-
of my nasal
I've
passage.
never had a good experience with the Bertie Bott's beans. I just always get let
What was
down.
yours?
Grass? Oh, turf?
Oh yeah, I made you green.
The grass one. Very creative, aren't they? Right.
It's a long way to Gringotts.
This way here. No worries, we'll find it. Stay close to it, no dawdlers, please.
My mouth is still burning. I need a nice peppery flavour bean. I thought I'd go red for Gryffindor.
Welcome to Gringotts.
Well, we can't always reveal all our secrets.
No.
To everyone at home, you can with your group all the time.
Is it
but
safe?
I think it's safe.
Reese, is it safe?
I think just about.
Are you sure?
I think we're here. We've arrived.
Welcome. Welcome to Gringotts.
Safest place except Hogwarts. I mean, this was pretty impressive, right?
This is about as good as it gets, really, yeah, when it comes to set design. Welcome, come on in, come on in. Have you been to Gringotts before? Do you bank here often? Or?
All the time.
Would it be as good as Draco's? I mean, Draco'd have a lot of gold under these vaults.
This is true, this is true.
It's a pretty impressive set. I always think it's nice to point out the chandeliers to your group.
Yes, well pointed. Look at these wonderful chandeliers, yeah.
30,000 crystals. So yeah, that is attention to detail. I mean, they built these sets for the films. First film was on location, but did you ever get to play here?
I don't think I did. I think I came here as a rebel in my lunch hour. Because actually they kept a lot of these sets pretty well shut off to not allow teenagers like myself to come and mess things up. And so actually to get to see it, I remember this, the Great Hall obviously, and the Chamber of Secrets were all three sets that you walk into and you just get this sense of, wow, I can't believe that they actually made this. And as you can, what's really cool about it as well is that it's 360. Often they build sets on one side and then build another set the other side, whereas this is, how can you not feel like you're part of the Wizarding World when you're here? So yeah, excuse me if I get a bit misty.
I mean, they had good reason to keep you guys not running amok as kids.
Yes.
These sets are not normally made from proper materials. I mean, we started in Great Hall, which was a bit of a difference. We had that real stone floor. That's not normal for films to use actual materials.
No.
Like these columns, they're not marble columns. They're actually just paper wrapped around plaster, dipped in oil and ink to make these cool marbling patterns. But not real at all, so we couldn't have had you just messing around your lunch break as a child.
Rightfully so. Again, a tribute to everyone that worked behind the scenes, what they can make look like something that isn't. I think there's an assumption that so much of all the magic was done with CGI and with computer effects and stuff, when actually it was mostly painstakingly done by a group of people that just were really passionate about creating the Wizarding World. So
I mean, this place is a testament to that, right? Like,
yes.
Proper special effects over visual effects,
yes.
Real sets.
Here, and a lot of people that never would in a million years thought that their work would be kept in a museum or in a studio tour. So it's so nice to know that all of their their work actually does get to get seen by so many people every day.
Yeah, I mean, it's not normal for a prop maker, right? Like,
No.
They wouldn't. It would just get torn
But
down.
also, it's a good reason why they didn't let me steal as much props as I. They were very rigorous about
As
keeping
much
sure.
props? Did you say
Well,
you
no,
stole?
I didn't steal it. It's still a thing. But actually, it's so nice to know that it's kept here as exactly as it was and preserved for muggles like yourself to. Okay, I'm sorry.
Do they look like muggles?
I knew I was going to upset someone with that. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Where's?
Years on.
I know exactly that. Exactly that. It's pretty incredible.
Right, it's probably time for your next Hogwarts
All right.
letter. Here we go. This one's Mark Gringotts. It's going to
Fantastic.
give you and your group another challenge to do in here,
Okay.
and then we'll get on to the boo.
How are we feeling, guys? Good. I like that. All right. At Gringotts, to access your vault, you need to present its key. To move on to your final destination on the tour, you will need to be as keen-eyed as a seeker. Hidden in this room is a key. Go seek and present it to me, your guide.
Go!
It's a key. It's a key. It could be high, it could be low.
I just said people weren't supposed to run amok. That's part of your job. That's part of the training. I mean, everyone's probably.
Reese does, so yes. It's okay, don't be afraid to...
I mean, some of you are warm, some of you are very cold.
That's not very helpful. Okay, I like it. Potentially somewhere... Are we allowed to go?
Forgotten where it was.
It's in here somewhere, I think. Okay, it's going to be here
Who's
somewhere.
actually a seeker? Come on.
We have a winner!
Yes.
Very good, very good. Who got Ravenclaw?
Not another Ravenclaw.
Fair enough, well, Ravenclaw will give us a congratulations. Bravo. Are we all in? Okay, ready for your clue for next location. Your quills and your ink, your bits and your bobs. No student can go back to Hogwarts without making a trip to your next destination. Where are we going? Diagon Alley!
That's where it all began. Shopping lists at the ready. Everyone, follow me.
Bravo. You got the key. Yes, don't.
I mean, it's a
Don't
good
do
place
that.
to start. A good guide stays in front of the group. Come on, Tom, let's
Sorry,
go.
I'm lagging. Yeah, you can keep that.
We have the
Come with
vaults
me, ladies and
Gringotts.
gentlemen, yes.
Want the fruit first.
To your left, there's the Gringotts vault door.
Pop quiz. What number door was that? Where the Philosopher's Stone was? 700. There we go. Another point to Gryffindor.
Good,
All the
very
way
good.
Hogwarts got everything. There's some of your family goals.
Yes,
See?
please. Some of the
Aren't Bellatrix over there?
yes, a lot of fantastic.
Ooh, I love that doesn't sound nice.
Follow me, follow me. Don't worry, guys. I'm on better terms with this guy. Stay behind me. We'll be safe.
I think we just missed the dragon.
No direct eye contact.
So you know, in the books, the dragons are only there for the super high security vaults. So Malfoys, Blacks, people like that.
Well said.
Welcome.
Welcome to Diagon Alley. Yay!
Another really cool set. You can actually walk down, feel those cobbles under your feet. Does
Yeah.
it take you back?
Probably my absolute favourite of all of the sets is Diagon Alley. How they even conceived this, I don't know, let alone built it. As you can see, nothing's at a right angle. Everything is higgledy-piggledy and beautifully, well, magical. It's always one of the few sets that we got to walk on and actually just go into different shops and cause havoc. It was a lot of fun, for sure.
So it was one of your questions earlier. You asked
Go
the
on.
group which set was redressed from Diagon Alley to turn into something else. We found out it was Hogsmeade. And if you look at this shop here, Ollivander's, you can see those rounded shop front windows. You'll recognise those as Honeydukes. Next time you watch Prisoner of Azkaban, see the Honeydukes shop windows. It was all just a bit of paint. I mean, we said about those filmmakers and their amazing work, but when they can save, you know, cut the
Absolutely.
corners, redress the set, cover it with snow.
Reese, you know your stuff.
I do. Oh, you have to know all this.
I'm going to have to learn some of that. I got a ways to go.
You
is
were
that what
there.
you're saying? It's true. But as a kid, you don't really take it all
No.
in. And you certainly don't actually appreciate how many people and how many hours it took to put it all together. You don't realise how important it is for the pillars to be leaning to the right, but it makes the whole thing, so much more entertaining. So, any a childhood memory happily done here.
Do you have a favourite shop?
Ollivander's, not so much. Where's Flourish and Blots?
Flourish and Blots?
Yes.
It's just down
I
there,
love
green
books,
window.
So that's a pretty cool place to. Pretty cool visit. Actually, I spent more time, I think, than another alley.
I mean, yeah, you would have liked Nocturne Alley, which is down there.
Yes.
I don't really like Nocturne Alley. It's a bit scary, but that was a pretty cool scene. But Flourish and Blots was a cool scene for you.
Yes.
I mean, you say you like books, but you spent half the time ripping them up in
Yes.
that scene in Chamber of Secrets.
Yes,
So,
this is true. It was painful for me. Yes.
again, that's a big lesson. If you're going to be a guide, don't rip up the
They were for the
props.
books. Okay.
We just said we're trying to keep them for 20 years. so
I'm
we
learning.
can't.
I'm learning. I suppose that obviously the Weasley's Emporium must be the funnest of the shops here, though. I know they had an absolute laugh doing that.
I mean, yeah, graphic designers, me and Aline, were inspired by fireworks packaging for all the Weasley products. If you think
Yeah.
from the 50s, that kind of splashes of colour. But I think you've done really well.
Thank you. Can I,
I'm not
can we get a
sure.
little sort of vocal sound of how well I did? Stop it. It's my first time.
I mean, I'll see. I haven't quite signed off on your training yet. We'll
Okay,
see how you do with
alright.
your final Hogwarts letter.
Yes.
Last one of the night.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You've been fantastic guests, so thank you for supporting us. You've made it. You are almost ready to go back to Hogwarts. You need to buy all your supplies from Diagon Alley. From uniform at Madame Malkin's to allowing your wand to choose you at Ollivander's. Since Tom's wand has already chosen him, Ollivander has a special gift for everyone here today. Tom, you can give your tour group Ollivander's gifts now. Come on, come on, and accept the best wand of all. Please, pass them back. Pass them back.
Okay, Draco wants from Draco. I think we can all say Tom passed his training today. Are we going to let him be a guide?
Can I keep?
Shall I help you out?
myself?
Don't you already have one?
No. Thank you guys so
Can I
much
keep
for
one
having
for
me.
myself? Who hasn't got a
Rich,
wand?
you've been an absolute pleasure to work with,
And you.
and now I've got
I
a job
think
for life.
You could take mine. I mean, you've done better than me.
Thank you everyone that followed us and came along for the journey. Love you lots. From everyone here at the Wizarding World, lots of love.
Draco's wand!